goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down to the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome everybody into tonight's Sunday night, full of race and action that won't get rained out like Michigan did here in real life. We're live for the Numb Thumbs Racing League Superspeedway Series, first round of these playoffs starting up here, and it's starting up hot with some Talladega action. That means we're in store for 70 or so laps for some high speed, high chasing action. That's going to lead to, well, hopefully some more people making their way on through and increasing their odds of winning a season championship here tonight. So first, as we get things all locked and loaded, let's start it up with tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, I have to say a huge thank you to the proud race sponsors here of the NTRL, like tonight's race sponsor of Davidson Builders. Be sure to go check them out up there in that northern New Jersey area if you're looking to do any remodels or anything like that to your home, because they can do it all, whether it's a full-on remodel, maybe doing an extension, or just changing out the kitchen sink. Be sure to hire the professionals up there and get yourself some fantastic looking new house stuff over there, because that's what they do. They do fantastic work. So big thank you to Davidson Builders, of course. Big thank you as well to DEP Graphics. Some fantastic custom paint schemes coming out of that garage every single day. Be sure to get yourself a fancy customized one here. And thank you to DEP Graphics. Of course, Sim Gear Central as well. Get yourself a button box that handles all of your sim racing needs, whether that's be a flip tile, knob, turns, thingy, whatever you possibly could think of, all at the reach of your fingertips. And it just aids in that sim experience, gets you more involved, and makes it feel a little bit more like real life. So be sure to go check them out over there at Sim Gear Central. Of course, Track Bar Media as well, some fantastic photo and video edits of real life and sim life racing. Be sure to head on over to Track Bar Media to check them on out. Of course, big thank you as well to Martin Sports. Fantastic custom jerseys and race apparel being held over there at Martin Sports. Be sure to get in contact them today to outfit your entire team and get yourselves all coordinated and looking pretty good. So yeah, there you go. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I'm an idiot. Apparently, my garage issues were just because of a GCFI outlet thing that I didn't even know existed in my garage that just needed a button push. So glad we got that all figured out. But I am joined by my good friend and the brewmaster in general, Mr. Alan English, joining me here in the booth tonight. And Alan, what a way to get these playoffs all kicked on off here at Talladega tonight.
Hey kid, man, this is the big king of random track, right? I'm not saying it doesn't take skill to run a restrictor plate race, but there's a lot of luck involved in it as well. It's a combination of the two. So, with that being said, anything can freaking happen here. We've seen, guys go, 3/4 of the race in the lead, and then they end up almost dead last. So, and the opposite's been true as well. So, this is a big old track and lots of speed, not much reaction time. If something happens in front of you, there's really, if you can't dodge it, you're going to ram it. You're going to put yourself out of the race. It's going to be fun to watch here, though. I always enjoy these big tracks with big car counts. That's what we got here tonight.
That indeed we do, as down there on pit road. Yep.
What happened?
I forgot
Did we lose, Brown?
I don't know.
If I would stop muting all of my microphones, we would be A-okay. So I started talking, realized, oh crap, I didn't unmute the stream mic, and then oh crap, I didn't unmute my Discord mic. And so either way, down there on pit road, we got our anger management specialist all ready and locked and loaded, Mr. Adam Turner, joining us here tonight. And Adam, pretty good way to start off this stuff. Get that anger and that hatred all pent on up all throughout these playoffs with a good start here at Talladega.
I mean, I hope so. This is where you can get into fights, chump to champ, champ to chump in no time. Anybody can win a race here. Even a clown like Alan English can win here.
It happened.
Well, a clown driver. You're not a clown in general. You're a really nice person, but you're probably average to above average driver, would you say? I mean, you're not like the best.
I wouldn't go that far.
You're not the worst. You're kind of in the middle. But I was in the same boat. I could win here too, like I won at Michigan. That was my glory days. But yeah, anybody can win here. I think it's awesome that these guys are racing here. I think next week is Texas, if I'm right. This is the first race of the playoffs, so you got to get it going tonight. And this is kind of a rolling the dice situation, like you're sitting there in Waco and waiting for the 22 to hit you in the face, or waiting to roll snake eyes. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm going to give you the rules real quick, though. 1 fast repair, 65% fuel, 3 sets of tires, 18 incident points, you'll get a penalty, 25 incident points, you will be disqualified. Hope we don't see that. And it's pretty hot, 120 on the track, but that doesn't matter. We're Talladega.
Well, yeah, that indeed. As we take a look here at that race info, some beautiful weather to be had out here, and these drivers are not going to have to worry about really too much, especially with those tires. We might see some tire changes down there, but not expecting too much. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and man, you really got to get everything all locked in, loaded, and ready for these playoffs here tonight. And you don't want to finish last, so be sure to get a good finish here tonight with all of that. And yeah, there you go.
every point matters, and we're going to see guys really trying to fight for every position on the track that they can when this thing starts to wind up.
No, it all matters. It's a matter of pride too. I mean, you've had a rough year, you've had a rough season. You can still win here. So jam it to the man. That's what I like to say. Those guys that are like been beating you up all season, jam it to them. Let's do this. Some guy that we hadn't seen, I hope, is going to win this thing. So I'm looking forward to a race here at Talladega, 70 laps of pure mayhem.
And that indeed is. Speaking of the mayhem, it's about ready to get started here as the drivers heading on down and into their race cars, down onto the starting grid. So let's tell everybody where their favorite driver is starting here tonight. Getting us started off will be the 98, Mr. Connor Leach. One of the neighbors to the north out here, getting things started up there with pole position. Going to have the 78 of Chris Jordan to his outside, starting in second. Mr. Chris Klein in the 51 machine, getting a good starting spot there tonight in third, with the 17 of Justin Lawson starting in fourth. Good buddy and America's driver, Albert Anderson, starting here tonight in fifth for the 99. The 31 of Scott Milner to his outside, starting in sixth. Seventh will be the 25 of Lucas Lyons, with the 19 of Brandon Coleman starting in eighth. The one-legged wonder, Mr. DW, out here tonight as well, starting things in ninth, with the 42 of Kevin Winker rounding out the field, starting top 10.
Yeah, the 05 of PJ Cox out there starting in 11th to his outside. Dylan Bryant in the 8 machine. 48 of Zeth Hawley will start inside row number 7, and next to him will be Mike Adamson in the 89. 32 of Nick Biddy starts 15th. 16th will be Patrick Mahaney in the 76. The 23 of Old Mac, Mark Collins, starting in 17th place. 33 of Paul Ferdiani beside him in row number 9 there. And the double nickel, Tom Barish, and the 6 of Joe David make up row number 10 and finish out your top 20.
005 AJ Evangelista 21st. The number 7 Mike Corvo starts 22nd. 23rd, the 73 of Josh Kelleher. 77 Tristan Cotton begins this thing in 24th position. 25th Nathan Stanley in the 67. 92 Tennessee's own Timothy Stubblefield. 26th. 27th. Number 5 of Anthony Williams. 00 Joe Bennett, 28th. Paul Durkee in the 13 is in 29th to start this thing. Let's get it going.
And there you have it, as the pace car brings these guys on around. We thank you all for tuning in and watching. As always, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell. You get alerted every single time that we go live. And glad to have you all out here. And if you do like it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, because I'd really love to see Turner get involved in a cage match with Bill Gates at some point. I think that might be a one-way fight, but hey, you know what? I know who to put my money on.
Hey, well, I'm going to do it for America. Train for America, destroy that guy for America, all that. So, yeah, hit the buttons.
Yeah, YouTube chat already popping over there. Oh. Paul Ferdiani saying, talking about the playoffs already. Don't talk about playoffs. Pulling for Team Plus EV out there. Jessica Stubblefield out here pulling for Stub Nation out there. Let's see. Paul Ferdiani also says, don't forget the music this time. Bruce Muhlenberger says, yeah, tell him about it, Paul. Chris Jordan here saying, good luck, guys. Tristan Cotton likes turtles. Dalton Rowdy Bush says, go get it, Tristan. Haas Y3 says, let's go, Winker. And Earl Evans out there pulling for the 13 of Durkee, saying, what's up, sponsors? How you doing there, buddy? Bruce also saying, hashtag Winker Nation, go number 42.
Well, there you got it. Everything all locked and loaded as the field enters into the Tri-Oval for the first time. Again, Talladega, why we love it. It's because they got to go that little bit of extra distance to get to that start-finish line out of turn number 4. And here we go. The green flag is out, and away we go with some green flag racing here from Talladega. The 98 getting things started off strong down there on that bottom side by side with that 78 of Chris Jordan. Getting a good run, though, that bottom side is. Just give them a minute, let these cars get up to speed, and you'll see that middle lane start to filter his way on back up, being led by the 25, trying to squeeze on up. And looks like we're going to go 3 wide, as we're already getting a split here as the 51 of Chris Klein trying to jump back down and around. Oh my goodness, it's action all over the place here.
Yeah, 3 wide this early in the race, but you got to think about it. This is not Daytona. This is Talladega. They have room to run 3 wide safely if they can hold a good line out there. So we'll see.
Yeah, you already have like a secondary pack, so, and as long as the secondary pack can stay where it is, I think they're going to be fine. Maybe stay out of the fray a little bit of those guys doing 3 wide up front.
That's at least the goal out here is, the Aflac machine. Looks like he's going to be drifting on back here to maybe catch back on up with some teammates.
Yeah, teammates are the name of the game here at Talladega. We talk about it all the time. Super early in the race, just kind of get your rhythm, get your feel of the track. Obviously, it seems like, I guess not obviously, it's probably not the right word, but to people just watching, might seem like just, it's a normal Talladega. Well, no, it's never normal. There's a different amount of cars on the track. The track's a different temperature. There's all kinds of variables that you don't really think about that these drivers have to deal with, and that's a good time for them to deal with them right now and settle right in.
Drivers on the move here already. PJ Cox and Seth Hawley all both up a few spots here. Same with Nick Biddy. Drivers up 5 or 6 positions. Tom Barish as well.
A little drifting up top for a few of the cars. Somebody's stuck out there on their own. Who is that, Brown? That is the Christopher Jordan, the 78.
Chris Jordan's starting to kind of fall backwards through this field. He's got the 77 of Tristan Cotton behind him here. So, looks like the double nickel might be trying to take this thing 3 wide, or he might be trying to filter on back. He's got the 7 machine of Mike Corvo sitting right there behind him. But yeah, take a look here. Once again, that middle lane just with that little bit of an edge here, getting, I think, a little bit more of the drive off of the corner, kind of leaving that bottom side high and dry. And a little bit of some bobbing and weaving here is, oh, mate, look at that 05 giving a big push, the PJ Cox machine to the back of the 51 of Chris Klein, all over that back bumper.
You got to be careful with the pushing, too. We saw that last little hiccup there. The 55 had to get out of the gas. That's the reason he dropped back, because the 8 got a little bit of a crooked push maybe from the Aflac machine to Anderson, and it almost didn't turn out good for everybody.
Well, 05 just came up high right in front of the 13 of Turkey. Worked itself out, but that was a dangerous move by the 005 of AJ Evangelista. Really got to have all your senses going right now this early on in a race. Everybody's jumpy. Everybody wants to kind of, get up front. It's just the nature of the business. But here's where you can really ride in the back and still be somebody here. Talladega.
That include your spidey senses? Those got to be...
Yeah, you got to have those on too. Yeah, those things that's an actual thing, I don't know if spidey senses is the term, but it's like a sixth sense. You know how Bruce Willis had that sixth sense at one time, and then he saw dead people? You got to have that here.
No, it was the kid saw the dead people. He was dead.
Yeah, somebody was dead, and they saw it, and then the kid was like smart, and then there was a dead guy.
Brilliant synopsis.
Back to you, Brown. I don't know. It's been a while, but yeah, there was a dead person. There was another sense involved. That's why it was called the Sixth Sense. Hence the name. Kind of freaked me out.
As we get all up and still running here, some beautiful 2 wide racing here as Chris Klein now does finally catch on up on that bottom side to the 25 of Lucas Lyons. 05 PJ Cox and the 98 of Connor Leach still hanging around on up there. Of course, the 98 machine, the lone Canadian out here running the Molson beer on his car tonight.
What?
Cool.
Where's the Elsinore beer there, Canadian man?
I believe there be no charge.
Exactly. That's the only beer I know from Canada. Come on, Connor. You can get us an Elsinore paint. Maybe hose head on the hood. That'd be a cool paint job. 3 wide up front, all the way like 5 cars deep. That's interesting.
Hey, yeah, and of course, no surprise who's leading that charge up there on that high side. So 42 of Kevin Winker getting some help from the 8 machine, the 99, the 1 as well up there on that high line. As you can just say there's plenty of room. You could actually go 4 wide here. That's just kind of when it starts getting really, really tight. Ooh, it's some bobbing and weaving there in the middle lane as they kind of get caught between the lines. And the 25 with a little bit of a bump there from the 98 gets a little loose. 98 backs on off. That's going to check up that middle lane as the 8 of Dylan Bryant scoots all the way down the racetrack, down onto that bottom line with some help from the 99 of Anderson. The 42 trickles
Contact.
down. Oh, we got some beating and banging still. Oh, 98's going around.
Ooh. That's ugly. Where's the yellow now?
There it is.
That's ugly.
No yellow still.
No yellow still.
That needed one. Of all the times you'd have thought you'd had one.
We had trucks or cars up in the track sideways with more cars coming. That should definitely have warranted a yellow.
I know. That's strange.
33 got wrecked because of it, I think.
Hey, he's not the only one.
Is there somebody in Boston with their finger on the button, like just said, I'm calling it a day. The Patriots are in training camp. I'm not going to hit the button.
Who cares about training camp anyway, especially for the Patriots?
Well, you Southies probably. I mean,
not even Southies care.
Yeah, they do. They've got their gold chains out, probably watching NFL Network right now, thinking about the Pats. That's weird, though.
As apparently we're learning about our good buddy, Mr. Alan English. Are you scared of clowns?
I was when I was a kid, not anymore.
I am too. I don't like them at all.
You said I am. That means you still are, huh?
Yeah, I'm still scared of them. I'm a man. I'll own up to something I'm scared of. That's the only thing I'm scared of in life in general is like a clown, you know?
Jessica says that the only people that are scared of clowns must be Oiler fans. I think that's what she meant.
No. That's what?
What?
I don't understand that.
As we continue,
my team.
As we continue racing here, got some side by side, but yeah, the main group definitely has starting to kind of falling apart here after that no yellow that came on out. Got some people.
Yeah, no yellow. That was strange.
Some people
who's going into pits right there?
73 Josh Kelleher, very slow going down into pit lane.
Damaged. Interesting.
Guys, this is going to spread the field way out, right? So, I mean, we have seen flag-to-flag races at Superspeedways, and they generally start like this, where everybody gets strung out. And a lot of people are going to have to make green flag pit stops. And then, you're going to have a lot of green flag laps.
I don't want to see anybody strung out. I go down the road and near the freeway and watch somebody under the bridge if I want to see somebody strung out. I don't like that. You meant like they're just kind of apart from each other? Guess he didn't get the joke.
Yes, they're spread out.
Yeah, you said strung out, you know?
Oh, I didn't mean that.
Which I actually like that term better. There's still 3 wide up front. They'll catch up, man. We're going to have a caution. There's got to be one where everybody can get, filed back together. But that was a strange one where we did not see a caution for that big crash.
Pack up here's keeping pretty tight. Gee, cars looks like they're dropping back a little bit here, including the 8.
Yeah, they're trying.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying they're trying. They're trying. You got the 17 of Justin Lawson hanging on to the main group, and then got a little secondary group here being led by the 005 of AJ Evangelista. He's got the 77 of Cotton in there. You got the 6 of Joe David, Mark Collins, Tom Barris there as well. And then quite a ways back, almost about half a lap back, you got Chris Jordan, Stubblefield, Milner, Mahaney, Williams all racing around with each other as well.
Yeah, I just need a caution to get everybody lined back up. Don't quit yet if you're losing ground. This it's still a long race. We're a long way from the end of this thing.
19 staying up close to the wall, letting the field by.
Hey, English.
Yeah.
You're scared of clowns, right?
I used to be when I was a kid, man.
Well, you know why? Because you probably watched Poltergeist, right?
Oh, I definitely did.
Remember that clown in the closet?
Yeah, I think it sat in a chair or something.
Yeah, it was a disgusting creature is what it was.
Yeah.
Well, I was in Vegas, when I was in my early youth, 20s. And I went to Hard Rock and I was eating, I was like, man, this is cool, I'm in Vegas. And I always was scared of that clown. And the person I was with, my lady friend at the time, she says, look behind you. She knew I was scared of clowns. And there that son of a gun was, right behind me. I could still feel it breathing down my neck. It was the one from the movie. Disgusting. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel your pain. I'm not a clown, man. Yeah, it's a short story.
Tim Curry as Pennywise scared me pretty bad, too. When I was
Ugh, yeah.
Well, the thing about clowns is you at least know they're real, which means a real 9mm will go right through them.
Yeah, right through them. This Poltergeist clown was no joke now.
Yeah, it's supernatural.
They built a house on Indian land. That was a bad idea. I just want to say that. Indian burial ground.
Up with the corpses and...
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I forget which movie it was. I think it was... I don't know if it was called Mounds or something like that, but there was this house built near Native American territory. It was supposed to be a scary film, but I just sat there laughing.
Ooh.
As people were taken one by one, lost forever.
Man.
Cool.
You're
like
you had to put you on the list or something, Brad.
Oh, dude, I've been on the list for far too long.
Oh, okay.
As the 25 of Lucas Lyons and the 89 of Adamson split it side by side. Some two wide racing up here in this main group. The 42 and the 99 there as well. Kind of making their way around here. Lap 16 out of 70 with the fuel percentage that they're running here tonight there, Turner and Mr. English. I think
65.
I think we're just going to probably see people come on down right around the 23-25 mark.
That's probably makes sense. Hey, English, what's this joke Jessica has? Go ahead and read me the question.
Oh, I'm waiting on the punchline to see if it's something we can say.
Well, I mean, yeah. I'm sure it is. She's family friendly.
Sure, yeah.
I mean,
she said...
We don't have the FCC on us. I mean, we can do what we want, and we just may not
true.
get hired back for next week.
Said, what do strippers and peanut butter have in common?
That's a good question. I never heard.
Oh.
We'll have to wait and see what she says. The answer is.
I hope it's not something having to do with allergies, peanut allergy. Oh, she said it's a clean joke. Okay.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and strippers. What do they have in common? I don't know.
Yeah, I got no clue. I'm just
Oh,
dying to hear.
67 to Cubby. Oh, makes contact down there with that bottom line.
That's pretty good there. Oh, man.
Both spread for bread. All right.
I like it. That's a PG-13 joke,
Sure.
I think.
Yeah, close enough.
I approve. I mean, but I'm not like the commander.
I'm not having to hit the dump button. Oh, it's a 48. Gets a little side by side there.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, I have bits and pieces falling off all over the place here.
Do you have leprosy?
No, it's some leftover flight sim stuff that I'm like, it'll be fine just sitting there. No, it keeps falling.
Leprosy. That's coming back in Florida. You can thank your South American neighbors for that one.
Orlando? Is that
Yeah, I think so. They found it there. All the people just walking across the border just giving us all the new diseases that are the same old ones. that we thought we got rid of, but we really didn't because we have a facade of a healthcare system. It's really a sick care system is what it is. So,
Are they
but
gonna
yeah,
bring
people
back
got
little
leprosy
colonies?
again.
Like the colonies they used to make them live in. You remember that?
Yeah, the leprosy colonies.
Yeah, they treated them worse than they treated the Japanese during World War II with the camps.
Well, they treated people very bad over time, and it continues to happen. We act like, oh, we're better people. No, we're not. Oh, you didn't get a shot. You're going to have to live in this camp. You didn't do this. You're not wearing a mask. You got to live in that camp. You know, we're doing the same thing. Nobody pays attention to history. Let's just be nice to one another. You know what I mean?
Well, how about
Can't we just be nice?
how about this about being nice?
Yeah.
Got the 32 of Nick Biddy kind of left out there all alone. Backhand looks like he parked into one of those light poles in the Walmart parking lot. But you know what? He's getting all. Oh, of course. Now he changed his positions. Now he's back to holding on to the wheel. It's like he sensed I was about to talk to him. He had his hands resting on top of the steering wheel, just kind of going for a Sunday cruise. He was just chilling out. But of course, now he's got the leaders flying around him here, so he's kind of actually have to focus a little bit.
Yeah. He's surviving it, though. Stay low, no problem.
And the other thing to look for here is that Mike Corriveau, you got AJ Evangelista, Tristan Cotton, and all that. They're starting to catch up to this main field here, and we're only about ready to get down to pit road, so things are starting to tighten on up a little bit.
Dalton Rowdy Bush says, "Hey, that's my hood, where they're having the leprosy thing happen."
Oh, he's down there in Orlando? Don't catch it now. You need to stay away from all them lepers.
You need to get one of those Green Man suits. You ever seen those things where people dress up at sporting events in the Green Man suit?
Yeah, just never
So
understood that.
They can't touch you. You know,
Is that what it is?
that's what it's for. Yeah, I think.
Oh, I never understood that.
I
But
made that up. I don't even.
yeah, I mean, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. I learned that before. I mean, we can bend the truth here at AAA Broadcast, and we're having fun now. I usually tell the truth. I honestly just read news and report. All right, everybody single filed out, Brown. I think they're going to start pitting. Someone just called one out. And Timothy Stubblefield is going to come in, too.
It's definitely a possibility here.
It'll be right on your prediction there. Lap 23 to 25. It sounds like we're having a ton of people call on the radio now. There.
Yeah, Derek, Chris Klein, Joe David, Winker, they're all coming down, Brown. This will get interesting here.
It's also a correction about the hood thing. He was mentioning, because I was following along with the 77 of Tristan Cotton there for a second, and Rowdy Reactions is on the hood of the Tristan.
I gotcha.
He's the
Tristan
CEO.
He's the CEO of the company.
And I blamed him for living in leprosy. Sorry about that. I didn't see it. We're on a delay, so we don't get to see all that coolness. Look at everybody coming down, bro.
Oh man, talk about a break coming on down to pit road, 4 wide, 5 wide. Oh, and then there's contact there. Oh man.
Adamson ran into his teammate and the eight.
Dylan Bryan upside down, backwards. Not upside down, but he's backwards.
Oh, and more contact down there. Oh, they weren't ghosted yet. Some contact between the 005, and I couldn't quite see who that was, but thankfully it does look like everyone will manage to make it into their booth and spot on time here without too much of an issue. Normally, whenever we see incidents coming into pit road like that, it's still at 180 miles an hour, and usually doesn't end well for whoever's involved. But at that time, it looked like for the most part everyone was down to pretty much pit road speed, and they were able to get all locked in.
Dalton and Brittany, thank you for helping me out with that.
Yeah.
And as penance for my
Penance?
screw up, you have to go to Rowdy Reactions website.
Ooh, Albert Anderson getting all loosey-goosey coming out of pit road here. Able to get it all locked back in, but that also means he is not up to speed, and he will not have anybody around to help him right now.
You need some help to get through this.
Let's see if it was just Albert by himself Yeah, he was way down on that apron, clipped a little bit of the grass, and yeah, he just started going side by side. And at that point, all you can do is just get off the throttle, lose a little bit of speed, and just try to steer it. And man, it's tough to get back up to speed here. While the 1 and the 25 working well together here, they're going to try to tag team this thing with the 23 and Mark Collins trying to come out of the pits here, but not too far back, I should say. It's the 13 and the 51 working well together. So it's kind of like throwback to the days. Probably what was that? Was that the early 2000s when the tag team stuff was what won the races here?
Yeah, they had the COT car ran best in tandems. So 2 cars at a time running around was faster than a single car or a group of cars. For some reason, the way the aerodynamics worked, 2 cars was faster than anything else out there. So, yeah, you had tandems running out there, a bunch of sets of 2 just running out there and trying to stay away from everybody else and stay in clean air.
Yeah, so Rowdy Reactions, what is that? Did you go to the website? Is that something cool? We need to check that out, huh?
Yeah, we definitely need to check it out since we missed that that's what he was talking about there.
Well, we were talking about lippers, you know. I mean, that's kind of fun too. Everybody loves that. Yeah, but I guess America's driver, Albert Anderson, says he's got some pretty bad front end damage. Guess it's affecting him right now.
It's infecting him.
Affecting.
Oh,
I
affecting.
didn't say infecting.
That's what I
You're
heard.
thinking about like
About lepers again.
Yeah, I know. You're thinking about what's that movie Outbreak? You know, where everybody got something. Oh wait, it became real. That was COVID 2019. You know, 2020.
Yeah, but that was because of a monkey.
No, this was. They said it was a pangolin, and
penguin.
yeah, one of them pangolins, and at the wet market. That's why you got that. You know, AJ Evangelista is down low. What happened to him, Brown? Slowing down.
I don't know what's going on with the 005 there, but he stops, and looks like he's going to end up towing to the pit, so I don't know what happened to the 005.
I had something going on.
He gone.
Yeah, he must have had emergency at the house because he was running well. I think he was in top 10 for sure.
You heard about the pangolin thing? Got hungry and said, "Oh, I gotta get me some of that."
Yeah, so you got to have a pangolin, and then you got to have a chicken and a pangolin, and you have to do it in the Chinese market, and then that's how you get COVID. That's what I heard.
So the only thing that I'm getting from this is that English doesn't know how to say the word penguin like Benedict Cumberbatch. Have you seen that? Have you seen that? He was doing a nature documentary as a narrator, and they were talking about penguins, and he couldn't say the word penguin, so he said like penwings and like anything but penguin.
Yeah, that English fella?
Yeah.
No, but look, I'm talking
about the Queen's English.
I'm talking about a pangolin. And not even talking about a penguin, a pangolin, a pangolin.
See, you just said 3 different things, and I don't even know.
Yeah.
Well, it's like an armadillo, but Chinese version, you know? That's how the COVID got here. It had sex with a chicken.
What?
I don't know. I heard that. I just heard that on the internet.
It sounded like Gary Stiller or something from Seinfeld about the chicken.
The chickens.
You got the rooster. You got the hen.
Oh man, but that's what they told us, you know. It's a pangolin, pingaling. It wasn't a penguin. That's how we got the COVID going, you know. That's the lies the people told us. I'm just exacerbating the lies even further with the chicken.
I don't even know. This is what we're gonna have to discuss on the podcast. I'm gonna need y'all to break down whatever y'all talk about.
But Rowdy Bush,
tell the people at home what a penguin is.
Dalton Rowdy Bush says he's something. That's what the Left Turn Cult podcast. What is that all about?
It's all about making left turns. YouTubes.
Oh, we gotta go check that out.
Man. I don't know, but I don't like the left turn. Well, yeah, I do. I don't like the right turn.
Yeah, did you not know your left from your right?
Well, I'm thinking about the other things that I don't like on the left side. I like the middle side. That's what I like. like the side of just using your brain, you know?
Yeah, he's on YouTube there.
All right, cool. We'll have to check that out.
Josh Bentner says, y'all let Adam cook.
Hmm?
He says, let Adam cook. You gonna cook us up some bats or something?
I can cook a pangolin. I'm pretty sure I got an armadillo recipe. It's the same kind of thing.
I wonder in China if they see a dead pangolin on the side of the road, they put a beer can in its feet like we do with armadillos here.
I don't know. They should though, or like
What else was I
whatever it is
supposed
they
to do
drink.
with all those Lone Star Light cans when I was a kid? I had to do something with them.
Put a cigarette in its mouth and a beer can between its legs.
Yeah.
We've all done it. Don't kid yourself. Oh man, probably make $1 million selling that right now.
Sure.
You ain't kidding us. Meanwhile, up here, the 25 Lucas Lyons and the 1 DW continue to lead. They did find some more traffic to kind of help them out around here. Looks like that's the 42 Kevin Winker and the 5 machine as well of Anthony Williams as Connor Leach. Looks like Paul Ferdiani and PJ Cox decided to come on down into pit road here.
You're telling me we got a 5, an 05, and a 005 here in this league.
Correct.
That is
55.
that's too many 5s, man.
No, that's the perfect amount.
That's a lot.
At least we don't have duplicate numbers out here.
Yeah, no, everybody's doing real good
Everybody's
with their paints.
doing great with the paints matching up.
Beautiful paint schemes. Joe David in third right now, getting a good push from the Interstate Batteries car and
Both
Michael
paints
Adamson.
great.
Yeah, really cool paint schemes. Cool colors. I like that. You know, green accents on those things. Neon green looking.
Exactly. You got a couple of cars running around, like the 23, and let's see, who was the other one I saw? Almost looked like a Wood Brothers type paint, you know. I think Nick Biddy. Was it Nick Biddy and Mark Collins both have kind of similar paints, kind of throwback looking Wood Brothers looking paints. I made a couple of those paints when I used to paint cars. Kind of
Need that for the professionals. Like
oh yeah,
DP Graphics. He's the car painter. You're not. Although you did paint us a cool Lone Star pair.
Yeah, you didn't complain about all the ones I painted for us.
Well, they were cool till you wrecked me at turn 2 of Pocono. Ruined my whole paint
this
scheme.
crap.
Yeah.
Daniel Poachlog. That guy can paint a car. You got that right. One of our race sponsors here at NTRL. 33 machines stand low here as the leaders trek on around him here on the outside.
Yeah, he just came out of the pits, so that's gonna happen. Patrick Mahaney on my screen is showing us the first car a lap down, so if we get a caution, he'll be the lucky dog.
And he's also still missing 3/4 of his front clip there. Probably the coolest car running out here, temperature-wise.
Yeah.
It is cool, but I'm looking at the SDK now. When I'm looking at the other screen,
It's actually Kevin Winker. Yes.
Winker, yeah, Winker
Yeah,
is
he
the.
just got lapped.
Yeah, he's I mean, literally in the pack with Lucas Lyons, helping Lucas Lyons around right now.
Oh man, feels like Waco, man. Really driving crazy. Yahtzee.
He's got a long way to go here, but we're closing in on the halfway point here, Brown, as this guy's about to finish up lap 35.
And that indeed, as there it is, past the halfway point here in tonight's race from Talladega. These guys are all locked in and ready to rumble. Still, we're about 10 laps away from seeing some green flag pit stops here once again. And then from there, it's from 46 to 70. I think they'll be able, it'll be close, but I think they will be able to make it to the end here tonight. So possibility of a caution-free night as Lucas Lyons and DW inside of this main little group that they got going on right now currently are completely running away from the 6 of Joe David, 89 of Mike Adamson, 17 of Lawson, Chris Klein in the 51, 13 of Paul Durkee, and the 23 of the Mac Daddy, Mr. Mark Collins, all running in a chase line here, trying to catch back on up. The lead is about 5 seconds right now, and it is starting to come back down just a little bit. So they are starting to make up some moves as we take a break and step aside here for just a quick moment and say a big thank you to some of our fantastic sponsors. And welcome back, as the chase pack did indeed catch on back up to this main pack as the 6 of Joe David, with some help from the 89 of Mike Adamson, tries to get around that 25 Lucas Lyons and the 42 of Kevin Winker, who is a lap down, but still, he's actually not a lap down now to Joe David past him. So he is, no, he is still a lap down. Yeah.
Kevin Winker? Yeah, I'm showing him scored a lap down.
He is now a lap down once again. Either way, still green flag racing here. Coming up on green flag pit stops once again in about 2 more laps. So things should start to get interesting here once again. But other than that, that's that's about it. Not a whole lot going on right now.
When are the fireworks starting there, Adam? I mean,
well, I'm waiting.
Some anger and some contact.
Well, maybe on the blend in.
Yeah,
what do you
the
think?
Flow down into the pits.
Yeah, the pit. Yeah, that, because we did see a crash going into the pits the last time.
Yeah, that involved Adamson, Anderson, and Dylan Bryan as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping to see something going down. I want to see some anger. I want to see somebody, on the, like, teetering on the brink of going to jail, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, they let him do it in hockey. I don't understand.
Did you see the baseball fight last night? Did you see the baseball fight?
Ramirez knocked Anderson out.
Lucky swing. He just threw a haymaker. He was done, man. Anderson looked like he started the fight, so he might have had it coming. I don't know.
Ramirez put his finger in his face. It looks like he touched him.
Yeah.
You don't poke somebody's face, dude.
Ooh. The 6 called his pit, and he jumped down. Left Adamson out to just hanging out there. I bet Adamson's not happy about that.
He might have to wait another lap to pit here anyway, because he's in the upper lane.
Right.
48 with that awesome throwback Jimmy Johnson scheme there, the Lowe's car, giving Adamson a push on the outside line. Carry a lot of momentum on that outside lane.
Ooh.
Adamson looked like he might be taking the lead here.
He side drafted his way to the front, looks like, right there. And he called out his pit, Brown. Adamson's going to come down.
And that indeed, right on that 25 laps to go mark. So these guys should be able to make it to the end after this round of stops. It'll be a little close on fuel. Like if we see a caution do come out, I wouldn't be surprised if we see people come on in to maybe top up. But other than that, here we go. Final round of pit stops underway.
Yeah, they may have enough after a caution to not fuel up. You know what I mean? Just because they're running under caution, they're going to save a lot of fuel. But you got to think and factor in those green-white checkers. I think we got 3 possible attempts at a green-white checker. So you got to make sure you got enough fuel for that as well. So come in for a top-up for sure.
Tristan Cotton, Scott Milner, Derek Welch, Chris Klein. We should see a whole bunch of them coming down right now. This might be where we see a little incident here. We'll see.
I mean, these guys, practicing green flag pit stops at these super speedways should be something that you're doing leading up to these races. Because
yeah, but in traffic, it's tough. Lawson looks like he cooked it coming in. Do you think he got a penalty there?
Yes, he did. He got a black flag. So did Nick Biddy.
Yeah, I could tell by watching him.
Yeah, I was watching him too.
Oof.
So those guys are going to spend an extra 40 seconds in their pit box, and they're probably going to lose a lap.
It's going to hurt.
Yeah, probably. But as long as they've got it as on their way in, they're at least not going to lose even more time by having to go around and then come back down and then.
Exactly. Well, what are we going to see here, guys? We're spreading the field out even more, it looks like, with the pit stop. I mean, this is kind of wild here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Definitely something we don't always see at a track like this, because there's always the big one, you know. There's usually 2 or 3 of them, and we hadn't seen any cautions here.
They're so spread out. It's like 4 different races or so.
I know. I'm just looking at Connor Leach's Canadian paint scheme with his Molson beer, his NHL, Canadian Blood Services. Is that where they just suck the freedom right out of you? Is that how they get your blood up there?
Yeah, when you go to turn in your guns, they hook you up to this thing that
I
pulls
thought
your
so.
blood out.
That's what I thought. I thought their president or whatever, their supreme leader, has just separated from his supreme wife. So I don't know what's happening up there. It sounds like pure mayhem in Canada.
I love his car, though. I love the sponsor.
It is cool. It's a cool.
Molson, Miller Coors product now, I believe.
Well, we just like to joke about our Canadian neighbors. I don't know what goes on up there. They may be just a perfectly happy people paying that 60% tax or whatever they pay. I don't know.
That's why our buddy Joe Archer up there in northern Alberta, he has his own. He raises his own food and stuff. He's one of those homesteader guys.
He got off the grid. He didn't want to know part
he's
of all
off
the
the
other
grid.
stuff. Yeah, I understand.
Comes Leach on the inside of Cubby and Tom Barish here, who are running kind of middle of the
Yeah.
road here.
He had a lot of momentum to get past them right there.
So a little bit differing pit strategy for a few of these drivers. They're kind of spaced out. Don't know if. No, Brandon Coleman still has to come down. Connor Leach, PJ Cox, those guys got to come down. I think. Well, that's pretty much the only ones I think. They're for sure not going to make it. I think they're waiting on a free opportunity to pit, though. They're hoping they get a caution here.
And I think that's the case. Meanwhile, Lucas Lyons here back out in front. He's got some help from the 42 Kevin Winker to drag him around, and the 89 of Mike Addison is hanging right on with them. The 23 of Mark Collins has come on into the pits and is trying to tag team up here with the 1 of DW and the 51 of Chris Klein. They're starting to catch on up to the 17 machine of Justin Lawson here as well. About 20 laps left to go.
Yeah, I don't want to talk bad about Canada. We have our own problems, obviously. We got a guy, that just likes a lot of ice cream. And he goes to the beach and he hangs out. He's just a regular octogenarian that really shouldn't be in charge of anything. So I can't really say anything bad about Canada. So I take that's just something for I want to put that out there, it's a level playing field. Right? Canada. Go ahead.
Shauna Flick out there on the YouTube chat pulling for Winker, of course.
Yeah, well, of course. We got to have Winker. We got a picture of him, Brown. Have you seen him tonight? Has he changed his camera angle or anything cool where we can see more cool memorabilia?
Who?
Winker.
Nah, it's about the same.
I like how he has that flash and light when the caution comes out.
Yeah, that's handy.
Pretty neat. That's a special box I think you buy. So
You can build stuff like that too
if you're inclined to do so, right?
Sure.
Didn't you build like a gear shifter for your 18-wheeler simulation?
Yeah. I got a
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
shifter boxes.
I could never do that. I'd wire it wrong and I'd fry the computer or I'd burn myself or burn the house down. That's how I work.
It required a lot of troubleshooting.
You got it done though. It looks cool. You've seen the pictures. It is a neat little thing.
Still works, man. We got to do some trucking. ATS.
I tried to yesterday, but everything got haywire, and I drank a couple cold beers, and I don't know what happened after that. I started complaining about my government, and I started doing this, and I started looking at it's X now. It's not Twitter. I don't know if y'all know, but it's called X, and then I learned some things, about.
I know when you go on your government tirades, though, it really puts a twinkle in your old lady's eye. Cause
Oh yeah. Oh, it's pissed the joy.
Yeah, y'all are definitely cut from the same cloth. There.
She definitely thinks like me, but still, I don't think that's always good. I need to have somebody fight me, tell me I'm wrong. but I don't think I am wrong. That's the whole point.
Sure, she would fight you if you really were in it.
I'd probably get stabbed around here if I had. If it came down to it, for sure, I got to be careful. It's dangerous over here.
Sure. Yeah.
That's why I have to stay live with y'all all the time to make sure I stay alive and not unalived because of all the things I've said and talked about certain people. I don't want to be on that list. I don't want to be a chef in the White House. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm off the list. That's not on my resume.
But you're not a kayaker, are you? I mean, I've got one you can borrow.
I don't think the chef was one either, but he was definitely a strong swimmer from what I had seen. It's very straight. He was coming out with a book, though. You think that had anything to do with it? I don't know.
Was it a cookbook?
No, it was a book about a certain family. It wasn't anything to do with cooking.
So Gordon Ramsay didn't do it. That's what you're saying.
No. It was nothing to do with the Food Channel. There's some more pits, Brown.
Yeah, getting some more pit stops on in here. Don't know who's coming in.
I could tell you, but my
Oh, Connor Leach and the 05 of PJ Cox with the call-outs there.
Jessica, yeah, I've had that sentiment as well. I was like, oh man, I know so many people that we can just sit around and talk. Guys like Turner, get them all fired up. It's always a lot of fun. Yeah, and yeah, y'all were right about the aliens. You're right, Bruce. 100%.
Thank you. I knew I was right. I know. Oh man, that's funny. No, we just like to have a
White House snow. Yeah.
I just like to talk. Oh man, that is good. At least they understand, like I love the United States of America. This is it. I mean, I'm part of this. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the Bill of Rights. I believe in everything. Everybody's equal. We all have a place. Except, I'm starting to see that these people, there's some elitists out there that really don't want us a part of that club. It's really.
They're selling you up the river, dude.
Yeah, they're selling us all out. Selling everyone out here all of us, no matter what race you are, what religion you are, you're getting sold out right now as we speak. It's proven fact.
Look at all the single file up here we're still seeing. I think these guys know that 10 to go is coming up here in just a few short laps. And I think that's where we're going to see some guys ducking out to maybe make some passes on the outside, make some middle lines work. We may see some turbo tunnel action after all. If it starts to stack back up. But yeah, a lot of these guys found each other again, and we got a good long string here of cars running around together.
I just loaded back in. I race every time I say something about the government. I race in crashes. I'm not sure if they're like they put they hit the button start recording. This guy. We're going to get him, he's going to say something dumb, so record him. And so my iRacing crashes. Could have been what happened right there.
Well, that, about the spy kid on Discord, so.
I don't know about that. Is that a thing?
Yeah. They're watching Discord, man.
Oh, I know that. They're watching everything.
Yeah, there was some kid bragging about some information he gave to somebody, and did it on Discord, which was kind of stupid.
Bunch of dummies.
That's right. Big Brother's listening. That's right, Jessica.
Always.
Tell them.
1984, man. George Orwell. 98's up top.
I was only 4.
Well, it wasn't even written in 1984. It's just a book titled that.
I know. Well,
I know, but I just wanted.
The guy eventually, ended up loving Big Brother. So maybe that's
the deal. That's the deal, right?
Oh, it's getting crowded out here on the track as we predicted.
It is.
Oh, 17 making some contact there with the 51 as well. So Yeah, things are going to start to heat on up as we're closing in on that 10 lap to go mark.
48 was just trying to merge back into traffic after going below the yellow line, and he did a quarter of a lap down there on the apron trying to get back in.
Man. Well, let's see something exciting. Somebody punched somebody right in the nose right now. Let's turn this thing upside down.
Ferdiani trying to make that outside line work. Not sure if he's going to get there. He's got the 19 right behind him. Wait for somebody else to jump up, and just like that, it looks like the beginning of the race once again. 2 and 3 wide action throughout the field.
Even better though is there's some lap traffic all mixed in within there as well, and they're all fighting to either get a lucky dog spot or maybe try to make their way on back up. I mean, like right now up at the front, you got the 6 of Joe David leading the charge, but out in front of him you got Nick Biddy and the 17 as well. So it's just a whole cluster there, everybody.
Big old gaggle, that's for sure.
Yeah. Adamson's trying to run on the top line here. Is this going to help him out? He's not afraid of. He just picked up some draft partners. We'll see. Yep. Now we're all 3 wide.
Winker's right behind him, and now he's in the draft of the 19, 33, and 25 that are also running on that high line. Well, Adamson kind of blinking in and out there for a second.
Ooh.
Oh, a little bit of wiggling on the 25 and the 33.
Activity up front.
Oh man, look at all this 3 wide. Guys trying to side draft on each other. Look at the zig on the zag. There's the 17 goes inside the 25. Now he'll lead the inside line. Oh, I smell something really good cooking. I don't know what it is, but it smells like something frying.
Oh, you love that fried food. Is it some fried catfish? That sounds real good.
I don't know what it smells like. She might be frying some homemade taquitos or something. I don't know what it is. I'll find out.
I mean, while the 3x3 action is starting to head on up and get even more exciting down there. 19
diving down low. Yeah, you see that?
Yep, diving from the top down to the bottom as it goes from 3 wide back to 2 wide. It's just an ever mutating organism, this main pack here.
Sure is. What did Drake say? He was like from the bottom, but now he's here. Like, that's what's happening, you know? You go from the bottom to the top.
Drake who?
You know, that guy from Canada. He's a Canadian rapper. I didn't think it ever could happen, you know, in my lifetime. But we have Canadian rappers that are very popular.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You'd think he's from Toronto or something. Seems like a nice fella.
Most people generally are.
Not most. I would give about 67% of people are probably pretty
most.
Good. Oh.
67% is most.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Good point. Lap traffic, Brown. What are they going to do here with this guy on the bottom?
We're going to have to wait and find out. Hopefully the guy on the bottom is using that rearview mirror and sees the cluster that is absolutely flying towards him here as that 6 machine continues to lead, being towed around by that 32 of Nick Biddy. Oh, my goodness.
Jessica Stubblefield said before he was a rapper, he was a child actor. Can you name his most famous show?
That would be Degrassi.
What's that? I thought that guy was like a scientist.
It was the Canadian. It was the Canadian version of like 90210 or whatever it was.
Oh no, I never heard of that. Brown knows. He's up close to Canada though.
Yeah, I got
Degrassi's.
I occasionally got to see it from CBC or whatever it is.
Did they send like satellite stuff to your house from Canada, like some kind of propaganda when you're watching antenna TV?
No, it's the 25 getting all over that back bumper of the 42 machine.
Forgot back up the track.
Oh man, the hustler machine having some rough times down there.
Still green, still green.
Well, they're complimenting each other on hanging in there on that one.
Yeah. Good save. That could have been a lot worse. Oh, a little bit of a bad
Lyons is down low. Yeah, Lyons is below the line. I don't know how he held on right there in the 25. Wow.
Adamson, with a bad push on the 42, wrecks him into the inside wall there.
Oh, that should be a caution. There's no way that's not a caution.
No caution. 42 is on the track. They got clipped by a couple of people. Something's wrong with the iRacing called cautions or something.
Well, I wonder if they set it to admin cautions only, and the problem is the admins are racing right now.
The admins are racing.
Let me call Boston real quick.
Yeah, so meanwhile, it's going to be the 99 of Albert Anderson breaking free and clear of some of this madness with the 89 of Adamson in tow. Same thing with the 98 machine of Connor Leach tucked in there. And Jessica Stubblefield's wheelchair emoji there is referencing the TV show where Drake got shot and got put in a wheelchair.
Did he really?
Why did he get shot?
Because there was a kid being bullied and he was going to shoot up. It was around the same time as Columbine, so they had to do an episode about that.
He was from Toronto. What's going on over there? They're shooting people up there? I thought they didn't have guns in Canada.
Easy.
I'm confused now.
It was by a kid who was getting bullied and had enough of it and decided to kill everybody.
So it was more propaganda. That's what happened. They're sending their propaganda across state lines, which I think it could be a felony. You know, don't send that information down to America. We have our own problems.
48 with a big push on the 25 here. So get around Adamson.
Yeah, for sure.
And 48, a lap down car trying to help out that 25 of Lucas Lyons.
6 decided I don't think he was going to make it on fuel.
No?
I don't know.
He just dove down into pit road here, so I don't know what he might be thinking, but we got 2 laps to go.
That's crazy. I swear we should have had a caution that last incident, but we didn't. So let's keep it rolling.
I understand. It's got to be a glitch in iRacing or something here, because DW said, you know, the iRacing cautions are turned on, so it's an iRacing glitch, it sounds like.
And maybe maybe they didn't. iRacing didn't hire their right button pushers here. It's the 25 getting a big run here on the outside lane. Kind of knew that was going to be coming because it was really only 2 cars, the 98 and the 99, working together up there, up at the front. So here we go, coming back down across the line. It will be a caution, free evening, flag to flag racing as we take on the white flag. Oh, there goes the 25 down across the nose of the 99. He is going to be out of the running. 99 gets into the 98. Oh man, this is going to make this group all fall apart. The 23 breaks free and clear on through. And again, it's just going to be a race for the money here because the white flag has waved. So there will be no cautions here tonight at all. Mark Collins out in front of Mike Adamson by a good chunk of margin. And then Adamson is really just fighting with the 51 of Chris Klein back here for second or third. Meanwhile, the 23 of Mark Collins free and clear, keeping that nose all safe down into that quad oval for the final time and brings home the money. The lone car finishing here in first.
Oh man, there's some hot people out there now. English, do you think that was I'm gonna just be quiet when I say it. Could that have been a bad block right there on Anderson?
It wasn't a block. He wasn't clear.
It looked like he trying to block him or what?
I think he was trying to.
Ooh.
Stuff happens, dude. You can't always rely on your spotter to.
They're getting after it though. Oh man, they're fighting right now. I could feel it. America's driver is giving it to him, and I think for good reason. There, that just was.
Yeah, the 25 shot straight down the track. That had nothing to do with Anderson. The 25 was moving down the track. I don't know if he got the clear call or what, but yeah, he just came straight on down right across the 99's nose, and that's what caused the initial thing.
I think sometimes we anticipate that clear that we get from the spotter, and he just thought, he thought it was time for the spotter to say clear, and he just thought it was the delay. You know what I mean? You talk about the delay. So
I don't think mistake is what you're saying.
Yeah, it was a mistake. It wasn't done out of trying to wreck the field or anything. I'm sure he thought the spotter delay was effective. I'm sure he thought that he was probably clear.
Well, I mean, obviously he wouldn't have tried to wreck himself because he didn't end up front either. But it just was a dangerous move. I think it was. We've seen that before in real NASCAR where people get really heated, and I think that's what happened here. Albert's heated. I get it. I understand. And people in the chat they're understanding it too.
Well, in a night where I guess iRacing just having a complete freak mental breakdown out here with the no yellows. I think it's just getting under people's skin. The old Kyle Busch sitting there in the pits with the middle finger at the official man. That was a good one. I get a feeling we might have a few of those here for next week.
Let's go pick it out. I've never been to Boston. I'd like to go to headquarters and just pick at them. But then when I pick at them, I want to tell them how much I love them, and can I be part of the team up there? Cause
Well, I mean, you can come up here and pick it, or we can, go explore historic Boston, get ourselves some lobster rolls because it's coming close to the end of the season up here, so you get yourself some good lobster roll.
That sounds more fun, actually.
Try to get a brewery tour down there.
Sam Adams. Go to Sam Adams.
Man, I wish this was about 10 years ago here, Turner. I'd bring you down to Durgan Park for their slice of prime rib that weighed like 36 ounces.
Oh yeah, I'd be down for that.
It was.
I thought you were going to bring me down there where there's like heroin addicts or something.
Well, that's also everywhere. But however, no, take you all the good spots. Take you.
Cool.
I'll even help you explore Southie.
I loved it. I love that. Though the town was a movie I liked.
I gotta get one of them goofy hats that they wear.
They have weird hats?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm lost on that.
I've seen in the movies.
Yeah, well, that's totally different. Also head on over to and I'll do my Boston accent for this one. We'll head on over to Harvard. Maybe just driving by there might gain you some knowledge.
You say Harvard?
I do like math stuff on like a chalkboard inside there, and then become part of the Harvard team. Like I could just do.
You got to work as a janitor first.
Yeah, I was the janitor, then I did math on the chalkboard.
Formula up, and you finished it. Best friend's Ben Affleck.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you say did meth or did math?
Well, math. I don't do math. I mean, although it's prevalent in this part of the country, I'm not a fan. It's not my thing.
Well, either way, let's go ahead and get these driver interviews started off here with tonight's third place finisher, trying to chase down that 23 of Mark Collins, getting through that last wreck free and clear, is the 51 of Mr. Chris Klein with the solid third place finish here tonight, Chris. And an interesting night here aboard at iRacing here at Talladega. Oddly caution-free night, but that's nonetheless just a very weird night. Had a big scattering of the field, green flag pit stops. It was just an interesting race all around.
Very interesting. Who knew? Fuel saving race at Talladega of all places.
Yeah. English, you here? God, yeah. It was just a pause. It's like he left there. Okay.
Sorry. The Beaver Toyota out there. You kept it real straight until that last lap there when you lost your front clip and everything. But yeah, nonetheless, great hanging in there out there. It's just a race of survival, right? I think most people know that about Talladega and the other restrictor plate races. But yeah, great job out there, and good luck next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, me and the rest of the team over at NTR, we had a pretty good plan of getting together and just riding around and making it to the end, trying to save some fuel, hoping, at some point a caution would come out and change up the fuel strategy a little bit. And it never did. And then after that first pit stop, things kind of got separated a little bit. Derek got out front with somebody. I spun all the way out of the pits. I think Albert was inside of me coming out and got into the grass, and he got loose and spun. And it was just a crazy night, that's for sure.
It was a little nuts how it ended. That's the thing about Dega. You could just like roll the dice. You don't know what's going to happen, but you ended up getting a top spot, one of the podium finishes. Texas next week, so good luck there. And who do you have some shout-outs for?
The whole team over at NTR. Thanks to Derek and Mark for putting these on and all the work that goes on behind the scenes. All of our sponsors over at NTR, over at Num Thumps Racing. We could not do it without them. We have a phenomenal group that's behind us that provides for the prizes and all that stuff for the leagues that gets us these full fields that we are so lucky to have. I've watched some of the broadcast races that have 10 and 15 cars in them when they get down to the playoffs. And I think we had 28, 29 tonight, which makes it a fun race. I mean, 15 cars at Talladega wouldn't be very entertaining. Thankful for the crew over at Beaver Toyota that allows me to put their name on the car and have fun with it, and gives us something at work to talk about on Monday mornings, and just enjoy the opportunity.
Awesome, man. Well, great driving out there tonight for the 51 machine, picking up that third place podium spot, having a pretty solid night on out there, man. Congratulations, and we'll see you out here back in action again next week there, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys. Y'all have a good night.
And with that, we'll move on up to tonight's second place finisher, the silent assassin himself, the 89 machine of Mr. Mike Adamson, up 12 spots on the day, making his way through the chaos there on the final lap and picking up a solid second place finish here, man. It was a interesting race all around. Man, you really had to work to get a good finish here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. First and foremost, I definitely want to send an apology out to Kevin Winker. I definitely apologize for bumping him there coming off of 4. But yeah, it was definitely a hard-fought race. Saving fuel at the end, going 3/4, half throttle. It just trying to save as much as I could to make it to the end.
Well, that's one of few races that I think we've seen, if not the first one, that 2 of the top 3 cars missing the whole front end off the car, and cars just tore up out there. But hey, you kept it clean for most of the race out there. We know you had a little run in on pit entry. I think that was with Albert Anderson and the aid of Dylan Bryan as well. But besides that, I mean, kept it real clean out there, and you stayed consistent, and you did what you had to do here at a plate race, and that's just move up as much as you can when you can. Follow the momentum.
Yeah, that was a bonehead move on my part. I was trying to get it in too hot, and it didn't look like we touched on my screen. Dylan, I'm sorry. Albert, I just got in too hot. I was trying to get a little greedy getting in the pit road, trying to get a little over aggressive getting in there.
Well, that happens in a place like this. I mean,
For sure.
I think we're going to see some, there's some heated people after the ending of this. It was a little strange. It was strange for Dega. That's the coolest thing about Talladega. You think you know how it's going to end, and you don't. But you ended up, in the podium. So good job for you up 12. Who'd you like to give some shout-outs to?
First and foremost, as always, thank my wife. Love my wife for allowing me to do what I do. I enjoy it. Thank all my kids. They watch. They cheer me on. Dale, Taylor, Riley, Lane. Thank Albert, Dylan, Larry, everybody back at All-Star Racing. They do a wonderful job at keeping keeping everybody upbeat. I was kind of down in the beginning because it's like it didn't seem like I could get anybody to work with me, and they kept my spirits up, kept me going, and thank you guys in the booth as always. Top-notch broadcast. I'm pretty sure I'll be going back and watching this one tonight. And thank DW for putting this on.
Awesome, man. Well, great job racing around out there in the second place finish for Mr. Mike Adamson in the 89 machine, man. Congratulations, and we'll see you guys back out here next week there, buddy.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good evening. See ya.
And with that, we move on up to the top spot here on this podium. And tonight's race winner goes to the Mac Daddy himself, the 23, Mr. Mark Collins, with the parting of the Red Sea up there, making his way up 16 spots to pick up the race win here tonight at Talladega. And Mark, man, congratulations picking up the win here. First race of these playoffs, getting it on done, but it definitely wasn't without its trials and tribulations.
It sure wasn't. I mean, we had the field split up there, and then when it went like it was going to go green, I was like looking at the laps, just making sure I had enough to make it. And then we started pushing there at the end to once we were good and went to the high side, and then all that went on behind me. I was like, thank God I didn't get collected in that. I hate that DW and them did. I think me, Chris, and DW could have finished 1, 2, 3 if we'd have got out in front of them.
Yeah, and you had probably the cleanest looking race car out there, that Numb Thumbs Gaming Toyota, right here at the end. The other two sitting on the podium were missing half the car.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen that when they got there.
Pretty incredible, but you did
I don't know what it is
job.
about these. Yeah, I don't know what it is about these like fuel mileage, green flag, Talladega races, but I seem to have a knack for that. Because that's the last one I won was almost exactly like this, except it was a little bit less drama at the end.
Yeah, there was some drama here at the end tonight. I think we got Texas next week. We're in the playoffs, so man, good job to get a win here, up 16. Who would you like to give some shout-outs to?
I think DW and everybody at Numb Thumbs, everybody comes out here to race, and these leagues are fun to put together and run. I mean, shoot, I can't say enough about DW. I mean, I don't know how he does it.
Awesome, man. Well, great racing on out there here tonight, man. Picking up the race win and up 16 spots. Mr. Mark Collins, winner here tonight at Talladega, man. Go ahead, go celebrate it, and we'll see you guys back out here in action again next week there, buddy.
All right, thank you.
And with that, that'll close out the interviews here tonight. And yeah, just a all-around interesting evening here for the NTRL, isn't it, boys?
It always is when we come to one of these big tracks, especially Talladega. You never know what you're going to see. And just the craziness out there with some, Josh Bittner had mentioned he never saw a car that was spun around on the iRacing surface. So the iRacing is not going to throw a flag. Well, I definitely saw some that were sideways and getting hit and other cars approaching and stuff. I had to go back and watch the replay again for sure. But there were several times I saw cars just about stopped on the track with other cars coming, and iRacing just did not throw a caution. It was all above the yellow line. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I saw it a little bit different, Josh. I just think that, this is just one of those times where, maybe there was a couple glitches involved there. So we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out next time we come to this track. But, overall, very, very entertaining, and strategy definitely played a key factor here.
Yeah, it was strange, man. I love this though because we think we can predict it. I know the chump to champ thing is real, but what a cool racetrack, cool way to start the playoffs for these guys. It was just weird the whole thing was strange, man. The way we didn't have those cautions and stuff. So, hey, we'll see what happens next week. Hey. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that we will. But as we finish up here tonight, let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing for this evening. With that 23 of the Mac Daddy finishing in first place. Mark Collins getting the big win. Gonna have Mike Adamson in the 89 machine up there as well in second. And Chris Klein with a solid finish here as well, finishing in third. Lucas Lyons in the 25 manages to squeak out a fourth place finish here tonight. Same thing with the 77 of Tristan Cotton. How about that for the Cotton family? Having a pretty good late charge there to round out the field's top 5. Let's see here. You also got, I think, that's Tom Bear. Yeah, it's Tom Barish in the double nickel. Having a good run here tonight, finishing in 6th. Joe David in the 6th. With the late pit stop, might have actually saved him here a little bit. He gets a pretty clean finish there in 7th. You got Chris Jordan having a great run as well to finish in 8th. Albert Anderson in the 99 machine. Oh, it's heartbreak there, definitely for Sugar, finishing in 9th. With the 1 of DW running out the field's top 10 here tonight.
Yeah, pretty crazy race here. Only 8 cars finishing on the lead lap there. Also 1 lap down with the other cats. The 05 of PJ Cox finishing in 11th, right where he started there. Brandon Coleman in the 19 finishes 12th. 13th will be Dylan Bryant in the 8 machine. Our Canadian friend that was tonight's pole sitter, Connor Leach in the 98, finishes in 14th place. 15th will be Paul Durkee, up a whole bunch of spots there. 5 of Anthony Williams finishes in 16th place. 17th will be Scott Milner in the 31. The 17, Justin Lawson will finish 18th. All those guys were on the on 1 lap down here, starting 2 laps down here. The 92, Timothy Stubblefield finishing 19th, and rounding out your top 20, Mike Corriveau in the 7th.
33, Paul Fortiani, 21st. 67, Nathan Stanley, 22nd. 23rd, Seth Hawley in the 48. Throwback, Jimmy Johnson machine. That was cool paint. 76, Patrick Mahaney, 24th. 42, Kevin Winker, rough night there in 25th. 26, number 32, Nick Biddy, 005 AJ Evangelista, 27th. Josh Kelleher, the 73 machine, 28th. And looks like 00 Joe might not have gridded, but he'll end up at race control tonight, so thank you for that. All right. There you go. That's it.
Well, and there you go. That is it indeed. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching, having a good time for us. Having a great time for us here tonight. Of course, be sure to hit all the buttons, subscribe, ring that notification bell. You get alerted every single time that we go live, and hit that thumbs up button as well, so we can continue to grow this fantastic community. Of course, we also have to say a huge thank you to tonight's sponsors like Martin Sports, Davidson Builders, DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, and Track Bar Media for being a part of the NTRL family. Thank you guys so very much for your continued support this reason. And be sure, folks, to go check out all those fantastic spots to go give them some business, as they've put in a good chunk of work to be here. And on that note, that does it here for us tonight. But don't worry, we'll return tomorrow night with the first round of the playoffs for the NTRL Next Gen Cup season. Coming up here tomorrow night. Should be an absolute blast and a good time. So we hope to see y'all on that one. But till then, for Alan English and Adam Turner, I'm Alan Brown. We're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.